I've got a Scottish £5 note in my hand, and on the front of it is the face of Nan Shepherd, 1893 to 1981. She was a writer that was, until very recently, virtually forgotten. And on this week's Open Country, I've come to the Cairngorms in northeast Scotland. It's the snowiest, windiest, coldest part of the UK that includes some of the highest mountains in the country. And this is the place that she wrote about and that she loved. And it's always impressive, I think, wherever you look at it. And with Erlend Clouston, Erlend, you knew Nan Shepherd when you were a young lad. But
I was an old man too.
Yes. You still keep with her words, do you?
Absolutely, yes. Yes. Well, I knew her for the first 35 years of my life, and the last 35 of hers. She was an integral part of our family, though we had no blood links. She had informally adopted my mother when my mother was 2 or 3 years old. And when Nan never had a family of her own, my mother produced our family, and she was part of, if you like, our solar system. And we knew Nan till the day she died.
It's the way she wrote, I think, is really special.
I think one of the great values of the book is that it teaches us to see what we haven't noticed before. There's this thrill of recognition. In fact, just thinking about it now, Orwell used to say, a great writer tells you things you always knew, and that's what Nan does.
And she walked over all the plateaus of this mountain range, down into the gullies in every season, and she recorded it in what people describe as like meditations.
One of the great qualities of Nan is she was very brave, going up on the hills on her own frequently, at night occasionally, with bare feet occasionally. But I think it was the courage of tackling this particular theme. And as an original artist, original artists tend to be very passionate about their creativity. And this is, of course, this Calvinist Scotland, where people are deeply suspicious of people with unconventional passions. Well, here was Nan, a woman, which is bad enough, but emoting about a landscape that was man's territory. And Nan knew she would ruffle feathers. And so when the book was knocked back the first time round, I think this is one reason why she just kept it in a drawer for 30 years.
What did she look like and sound like?
Of course, I first knew her as a tot, and she was a very remarkable presence. She never went to the hairdresser. She had this long hair that was usually wound round her ears. It was a combination of Rapunzel, Pocahontas, a well-varnished Victorian skittle, because she was tall and thin, and there was something otherworldly about her. Endlessly kind, as I say. She introduced me to ginger beer, as well as similes and Raymond Chandler and Laurence Olivier. But there was something entertainingly exotic, satisfyingly exotic about her presence.
You became a travel writer. Do you think that was because of her at all?
A journalist, not a travel. The travel writing was a sort of spin-off. Extraordinarily, I did give Nan her first national newspaper review. Now, I'm the son of the woman that Nan informally adopted 50 years ago, quite by chance. The literary editor at The Guardian came up to me and said, "Here's a book, we'd like to review this." And I said, "Oh my God, it's Nan. Nan's book, it'll be a bit boring, it'll be a bit clunky, it'll be a bit old. I must give it to somebody else to review." And I started to read it. It was a very moving experience. I think I should say she was so modest. She never urged us to read any of her books. She just waited for us to discover them. And I think that says a hell of a lot for her character, because if I'd written a book like that, I'd have thrust it at every friend I had.
Between Pages, Memories, Pressed.